Genau gegenüber von dem Club. Oh, wie passend. Ich finde, das ist eigentlich eine Win-Win-Situation. Weil unser Butler ist ja auch kurz vorm Todunfall. Anyway, ich mag es kaum sagen. 2 Stunden. Aber wir werden jetzt endlich uns den Ascalon Club vorstellen. Finally! Und dann gucken wir mal, ob wir uns danach mal dran machen, unser erstes Opfer mal vielleicht mal anzuknabbern. Mal probieren, wie es schmeckt. Moment, lass mal gucken, was jetzt erstmal auf uns hier wartet. Ascalon Club. Status des Bezirks stabil.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Das ist nicht der optische Zustand, den ich erwartet habe. Also, dass es ein altes Haus ist und so, ja. Aber ich meine, und so. Ich vermute mal, dass die Priven
There has been quite a battle here.
Ja. Erstmal klauen.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Ja, und die Sachen, die wir aus Versehen in unsere Taschen fallen lassen. Ich glaube. Ja, das sieht schon echt beeindruckend hier aus, oder? Das Schattenkabinett. Grifflot, Redgrave und Hochgrab.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid.
Ich meine, es scheint ihn ja nicht zu stören, dass wir hier so links und rechts überall hin und her rennen. Da liegt ein Brief, den werden wir gleich mal lesen. Geschichte und Sinn des Ascalon Clubs. Der Ascalon Club ist eine Vereinigung von Gentlemen, die im Geheimen die Interessen der Krone beschützen. Gründete ihn 1837, um das Andenken an meinen Schöpfer William Marshall, dem ersten Earl von Pembroke, wahren Beschützer von England, zu ehren und aufrechtzuerhalten. Alle Mitglieder des Clubs müssen von guter Abstammung und makelloser Moral sein. Seit der Club sterbliche Mitglieder akzeptiert, die als Kandidaten für die Unsterblichkeit ordnungsgemäß beobachtet und bewertet werden, ist es das Ziel des Clubs, ehrwürdige Traditionen und Verhaltensweisen in den guten Gesellschaftskreisen der Vampyre zu etablieren, ebenso die imperiale Vorherrschaft Englands zu fördern und zu erweitern. Wir sind die wahre Elite der britischen Gesellschaft. Wir sind Ascalon, die heilige Lanze, die St. Georg, der Schutzherr Englands, führte, als er den Drachen erschlug. Wir, als Lanzenträger, hören, die Interessen des Weltreiches zu verteidigen. Aus Die Gesetze von Ascalon von Lord Redgrave, Gründer. 1837 ist nicht so lange her, wie ich eigentlich gedacht habe. Oh, weil wir haben 1918. Aber mit längerem Zeitraum gerechnet. Na gut. Oh. Da gehen wir gerade wieder raus, hier gegen rein. Wenn du nach einem Bürger suchst, vergiss nicht mit Vampyr sein einzusetzen. Oh, stimmt. Ja. Ist gerade ein echt hilfreicher Tipp.
I like it.
Oh, wir sind also tatsächlich wieder rausgelatscht. In den Hintergarten. Ja, ich war mir vorhin ja auch schon, wie ich gesagt hatte, so Nun gut, gehen wir wieder rein. Lade Bildschirme sind ja eine schöne Erfindung. Gut, dann lass mal die Treppen hier hochlatschen. Das so eine Uhr hatte ich euch damals meine Uroma gehabt und war von meinem Vater ganz lange. Da stand die schon still, also die haben die nicht mal aufgezogen, weil Tick-Tack, Tick-Tack. Oh ja, Waffe. Guter Dolch. Du hast eine neue Art von Nebenwaffe erhalten. Und einen eingefrorenen Bildschirm. Falsche Seite. Können wir eigentlich auch nochmal aufrüsten. Hier, Blockhaus. Ach gut, dass wir das denn mitnehmen können. Vampyre spielen also auch Karten. Schlüssel für den Keller des Ascalon Clubs. Nice. Wir müssen, glaube ich, gleich noch mal kurz nach unten rennen. Noch mehr Geld. Taschengeld, was hier rumliegt. Das Gefühl nicht, dass wir das nicht vermissen werden.
It's locked, all right.
Da sind wir rausgekommen. Ja, anyway, ich glaube... Wahrscheinlich sollten wir den guten Redgrave nicht noch länger warten lassen, ansonsten...
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reid. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bancher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reid.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Sie ist eine gute Freundin, ne? Wir sind eine Freundin, ja. Freundin.
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Warum jetzt? Warum ich? Warum plötzlich so freundlich? Eigentlich sind alle drei Fragen wichtig. Oder? Wir müssen uns wieder für einen entscheiden. Ich würde sagen, warum jetzt? Also warum jetzt auf einmal?
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Garda Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reid, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
Mag nicht, dass wir
How dare you speak so flippantly of my family?
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reid. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
erstmal eine Frage.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members. And I do appreciate obedience.
Ja.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
Jo, durch uns dann wahrscheinlich, oder was? Na gut. Das Spiel erlaubt mir nicht Nein zu sagen.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Econ as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reid, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Econ, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign Econs. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
I was chased by a gigantic Valcod 2 nights ago. I thought it was Fergal coming back, but no. That creature barely spoke English.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece?
Jetzt kommt ein Mensch, oder? Es ist ungewohnt erstmal. Ich meine, wir sind Ding schon.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reid.
Oh, Entschuldigung. Oh.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reid, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Kann ich irgendwie nachvollziehen, warum. Ich glaube, an sich wäre es auch interessant, nur zum Dasein.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewin?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reid.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
Och Manu, erzähl uns doch mal ein bisschen was.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall. To isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Das ist ungerecht.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs. And it needs it now.
Wir sind jetzt noch nicht so, als wären wir jetzt noch 100 Jahre lang Vampir. Doch fühlt sich das ja im Prinzip an wie unser normales Leben. Also bis auf den Blutsaugerteil und so, aber nein. Hallo Welli! Na du? Bist aus seinem Keller gekommen. Aber wie gesagt, wir haben noch keine Jahrhunderte auf dem Buckel. Mit denen kann ich nicht reden. Mit euch beiden. Und vermute ich mal mit euch beiden auch nicht, ne? Ah, na gut.
I personally went patrolling last night
Ja,
in the West
bla,
End,
bla.
and I spotted at least
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Econ. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Hier im Entstehen der Dunkelheit und Kälte. Praise the sun. Sie kennen etwas.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building.
Langweilig.
But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Wer war das
Who
überhaupt?
was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
Hat's unter meine Decke kuschen, Belly.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
No, no.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reid, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scals.
Brav und trinken, Janchen. Ja. Muss ich das irgend so ein... Trink-Reminder für Jane einbauen. Extra nur für Jane. Scals sind bösartig, Scals sind Opfer, einige Scals sind friedlich. Das wissen wir, aber damit verraten wir ihm ja im Prinzip, dass es das gibt. Wenn die Tasse leer ist, dann habe ich einen Liter. Da fehlt ein bisschen was da. Scals sind Opfer, also Scals sind... Wir nehmen das.
I have met peaceful and wise Scals. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scals are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Econ a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reid. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Oh, cool. Oh nein. Ah, es können neue Bürger getötet werden.
Ja.
Und was ist bei euch so los? Mein kleiner Pupsnase genießt gerade die Sonne.